Welcome back to another garage gig. If I say innovation, the chances are this needs no explanation. Product innovation. But if I say business model innovation, maybe I can mean a few different things. One way to think about this is a weapon and this is a strategy. Business model innovation is often the redeployment of existing products and services in an industry in a new way. So what are some examples of that? Let's say I'm Boeing. Boeing, I'm all about new aircraft. I'm all about developing new aerodynamic performance, efficiency, fuel efficiency, fitting more people in, being able to fly further, maybe having more services and things on board. So if I'm in Boeing, I'm all about making my aeroplanes better. In the airline industry, there's been a number of business model innovations over the last few years. GE has for years sold jet engines to Boeing and Airbus. These jet engines are massively expensive, and you can imagine with a duopoly in the global marketplace that Boeing and Airbus can exert significant negotiation pressure on a $35 million engine sale. So the margins were tough. So what GE did is they said, hey, instead of paying us for the engines, we want you to pay us for the hours of uptime. So we'll charge you $1 per hour for uptime. The airlines want uptime and GE wants uptime because they get paid for it. So we have aligned incentives. So they changed from selling the asset that they were innovating all the time to selling a service as a business model innovation. A company called Surfair changed the prevailing norm in the air travel industry that you would pay for a ticket from A to B. What they said is you give us a fee per month, a couple of $1,000s a month, and you can have unlimited air travel in our charter jets. And they did this by flying from smaller airports near the big ones. They saved busy people who could afford a couple of $1,000s a month and travelled a hell of a lot. They could save them time through check-in and through parking and through knowing their preferences. So they changed that business model. A company called Airly in Australia, just new, is making private jet travel for execs more affordable by filling empty back legs. It's got some Uber-like properties. It's jet sharing. And so we go from A to B and then we're going to come back empty. So they fill that for 75% less. Maybe not what you or I would do, but it's out there. These business model innovations are gaining traction all over in different sectors. In the insurance industry, a prevailing norm is that you just buy your insurance premium. One of the troubles with buying your insurance premium is that lots of people make dodgy claims and they force your premium up. They make a claim when it's not warranted. So a company called Friendsurance has said if you get together with 9 of your family and friends that you trust, we might put a D in friend, 9 of your buddies, family that you know and trust, you can trust them not to make a claim when it's not warranted. And in fact, if you can go the year without making a claim, we'll give you a big fat check back at the end of the year. In the real estate industry, there's lots of business model innovation happening at the moment. So the prevailing norm in real estate was that you would pay an agent on commission to sell your home for you. Purple Bricks has come in and said, well, we won't charge a commission, we'll charge a fixed fee. And then another company, and there's many of them, Buy My Place, has come in and said, well, we won't just take the commission out of it, we'll also take the agent out of it. You can sell it yourself. The reason why business model innovation is very important at the moment is when technology shifts, when transportation technology shifts, when communication between buyer and seller shifts and everything's moving online, and when drones come into play, and when autonomous vehicles come into play, when payment technology shifts, when all these technologies shift, they can erode the power of product innovation. At the moment, the retail clothing industry could be at the top of their game. They could have the best products ever, the most fashionable, the best products ever. But the trouble is the buyers are changing how they buy. They're changing how they find out about the products, how they learn about the products, how they interact with the products, how they make a purchase decision, where they make a purchase decision, and it's all moving online. So the secret to this is not going to be more product innovation. It's not going to be about the next best dress and the next best jumper. It's going to be about what's going to bring people back to buy your product. This year, there is a prediction that there'll be 12,000 store closures in the US, up from 9,000 last year. In Australia already, we've had Diana Ferrari and Maggie T go under, and we've had Mountain Designs come out and say we're going to close 1 in 3 stores. And Oraton, which went into receivership last year, is reported to be saying to their landlords, either we get a 40% discount in the rent or we will close the store in your facility. So what are the landlords going to do when faced with great store closures, greater numbers of store closures, and also much more powerful negotiations on behalf of their tenants? The answer has to be here, because it's not going to be, well, it's going to be partly here too, isn't it? It's going to be new types of malls, shopping centres, but some of it has got to be from here too. So let's balance it out a little bit more. We've had too much here, we've had too much product innovation focus or service innovation focus, and unless you've got the best thing going around, you need to be doing more of this as technology shifts.